Okay. I want to talk. This is we're doing like a little just off the cuff class, and knowing when to stop. All right, knowing when to stop. I'm the last person to talk about discipline. I'm gonna be straight with you. I eat too much. I don't sleep enough. Um, I'm aggressive. Okay, and I know my weaknesses. When it comes to trading, we sometimes tend to. You have to know you have to know when you're in a different state of mind. Okay, think about it. I I'm a person that when it comes to like eating, I don't know when to stop. I have to like snap myself out. But I just love to eat. I'm Italian. I just am what I am. And the reason I'm saying that is because I'm not a person of authority to sit and say, well, you do bad. Do as I do, not as I say. All right. I'm at fault also. But when it comes to trading, when it comes to that, when it comes to your money, and especially your finances, the last thing we need to do is see anybody blow up. And if you go to a casino, like where I live, you go to a casino and you walk around and you see these people just throwing their money away at the tables. They just throw it away. And they're having a good time. The music's playing, the smoke is playing. They're at the table, they're real serious, have the hat on backwards, the glasses. They're real serious, as though they're going to get rich from sitting at some stupid table in a casino. Seriously. But they get in their mindset because they see all this the world tournament, the poker, and they get into this mode. And by the time they realize it, the money's gone. They're trying to press the girls. You got girls all over the casino. I'm going to tell you something. I'm down there all the time walking around. It's always the same girls walking around. So you guys understand, when the tourists come and they leave on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you see the same people walking around. So it's a game that's played down there that the young girls, they just blow their money. It's really comical. So when it comes to trading, you get into that mode. You get into that mode that you're so deep into it that your best time of day, you have to know the best time of day for your trading. You have to. So my time is the earliest. As it gets later in the day, I get sloppy. I know my time of day. So my time of day is early. That's why when we start the markets, I come in like gangbusters. I come in like the freaking Romans. I'm attacking, and you guys know this because my strength lays within the earliest times. When we look at the London session, I'm coming in like the freaking, like I said, like the Romans. It's like attack, take over, dominate. You know what I'm saying? You're coming in at a time when you're freshest, when you're looking at the markets and you're fresh. You have all your senses. You're fine. That's like when you go to a casino and you sit at the table and you're fresh and you make like a couple of $100 and you're doing this with your hands. Listen, and you're like, man, now I'm going to make it. And before you know it, you're down $2,000. It's the same thing with trading. You come in, you bang, you hit them. And it's like you're feeling like cocky. You're like, I'm the man. I'm up, you know? And then you start playing the game. And you start getting less sharp. As the day progresses, you start getting less sharp. You become a dull knife. And what happens is you are not sharp anymore. So think about it. You come in early, you're sharp, you make the money, bang, you walk away. A lot of us, and I walk away. You saw it today. You've been seeing, you see how I work. Yesterday I did an example to show you. I did an example to show you. You could sit and make money all day long. And we took a $5,000 account and played it all day long. Bam, 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 bam. It was like $3,000. And a lot of you guys make money. I don't do that every day. Once in a while, you could do that. Once in a while. But if I was to do that every day, I would lose because I lose that sharpness. So to come in and take 200, 300 out of the market is easy. We do that almost every day. So think about it. A $5,000 account, you come in, you're sharp, you take like 200, 300 bucks. At the end of the month, you double your account. Who's better than you? Where else in the world can you take $3,000, $4,000, make 100% cash, other than dealing drugs, other than doing some stupid scheme? All right, legitimately. And I'm not talking about you just throw like all this heavy size onto something. I'm talking normal size risk that you're able to come in and play that game and be successful, the Bunny Ranch. So when you come in and trade, all right, you're very wide awake, you're sharp, and you have to have your play for the day. You're coming in and you're like, all right, if the market does this, I'll do that. If it does this other thing, I'm going to do that. And we laid it out to you today. I showed you that what we're looking at. The market was pushing up. I was looking for the shorts, right? It didn't happen. The market popped because I was looking at the sell divergence. We took a little loss. Market popped up, failed the divergence. So I was looking at that third push up. That's why we started buying. It's like, well, Chris, why are you buying at the high, right? Why is Chris buying at the high? Because it still had to make a whole nother swing up before it stopped going up, and then the whole market would come back to the downside. So I laid it out for you, and I showed you afterwards, and then we did that. But you saw the profit. You didn't see me continuously go in and go in and go in because I get sloppy and sloppy and sloppy. Before you know it, you now have given away all your profits. I did it the other day. It was like last week. I was showing you guys on and I have nothing to hide. I was showing you guys on non-farm payroll. I said, you know what? Let me show you something. And I showed you how to do the non-farm payroll. You made like $1,000, and then I was messing around. You guys remember? I was just messing around. I dropped $1,000. I lost 1,000 and then dropped another 1,000. Remember? That happens. I was like, oh, let me walk away. So the more time you're in the market, the more risk you have, the less sharper you are, the more tired. If you remember the movie Casino with Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci, Robert De Niro played the character of whatever his name was, it doesn't matter. He basically was saying that the goal is you keep them in the casino, you keep them playing. Remember that part? He took that Chinese guy or whatever it was, the Korean guy, got him off the plane. Oh, you made $1 million. Just sit down. We'll get you hookers. We'll get you drinks. We'll get you here. We'll get you there. They're massaging him. And before you know it, the house wins. So in that movie, he made a statement that the longer they're in there, the odds shift. So when you're in the market, and let's just say you make like 300, 400 bucks, you're done. You walk away. But think about this. You make a couple of $100, then you lose it. All right? Then you lose it. That was Casino, the movie Casino. Then you lose the money that you made. What you start to do is I got to make that money back. You start getting into that I got to make my money back attitude. You see what I'm saying? So then you start going into that I got to make my money back, and before you know it, now you lost money. Now ego kicks in, and now instead of being up 300, walk away, you're down 300, and you're like, I got to make my money back. And now you're playing where you're tired. Now you're playing where you're stressed. Now you're playing you're trying to catch up. And before you know it, you're 600, you're 1,000, you're 2,000, and now you're done. You took a day where you could have made that $300, you're a king, to now you're down 1,000, and some people more. And look, I've made that mistake. I've done it. Believe me. Everybody does. But the fact is, you have to have that discipline. So you end up shifting that whole psychological attitude that you're done. It ruins your day. It ruins your night. Your attitude shifts. And then you come in the next morning and you're in that mindset. I got to make my money back. I got to make my money back. And then the downward spiral continues. I'd rather you lose 200, 300 bucks. You walk away for the day. I'm done. But don't you dare make some money and then give it back. Most people make money in the morning. They spend all afternoon giving it back, pressing the button like a freaking zombie. I've been doing this for 22 years. I've been doing it for 22 years, guys. I've been teaching since 1998. I've been coaching, one-on-one mentoring. And guys, I've mentored guys with $500 million funds, $5 million accounts, $2,000 accounts. Guys, you remember, Kevin. Is Kevin around? We had guys in the other room. It was Mark something. Guy had like a $300 million account. And it's the psychology, behind it. I mean, I was asked to do some major, just all this mentoring and psychological stuff. Dr. Ari Kiev, a friend of mine, came in one time. I had an office up in White Plains, New York, and we brought Ari in. He was coaching Steve Cohen, and we brought him in. We were the largest. My partner and I were the largest independent traders from I think it was 1998 to 2002. We're pretty much two of the largest independent traders in the nation. Trading stocks. We were trading like 1 billion shares a year. And the owner of the company, of the brokerage firm, because they were giving us this massive leverage, we always needed somebody to come in. So Ari would come in and he'd sit with us and talk to us because it was a small circle. And he was teaching me this. And it made sense. I didn't understand it. And we traded massive size. And he basically kept saying, look, you got to find the time of day. Now, this is coming from a guy, a Dr. Ari Kiev, the best in the industry in terms of psychology and everything. And he said to us, Steve, my partner Steve and myself, he said, guys, you got to find the time of day that is best for you. What time of day is best for you? That makes sense. Because what if you're not a morning person? What if you're not a morning person? What if you're an afternoon person? What if you're a morning person and not an afternoon person? What if you are the last hour of the day person? What if you're the first hour? So your trading has to coincide with your strength. Me, I'm a morning person. You may be more of an afternoon person, so you would not touch the morning session. You would come in the afternoon and say, you know what? I'm going to trade from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock, right? So you guys getting it? You gotta determine what time of day is best for you, and then you work around that schedule to improve upon your own trading because you're fresh at that time. Maybe you are doing something else at a different time. Who knows? So that's one thing. The other thing, guys, is knowing when to stop. Let's just say I paid you $1,000 to paint my apartment. I say, okay, look, 2-bedroom apartment, 3-bedroom, 1-bedroom, whatever it is. Uh, you have more time and money. What if I paid you $1,000 to paint my apartment? And you could take, if it's an 8 hours, if I pay you for 8 hours, you come in, I'll give you $1,000. And you come in and you're like an animal. You do it in an hour, right? You got paid your $1,000. You painted the apartment. Would you stay for another 7 hours and continue to paint the apartment when your job is done? Right? Did you know that? Would you stay if I gave you 1,000, you had 8 hours to do it? Would you do and you did the work in an hour? Would you spend all day painting? No. You did your job. Walk away. So you need to learn that the number one, best time of day for you. Number two, when to walk away. You come in, you hit it, you walk away. All right? Your job is not to, you know, your job is not to continuously sit there all day and press the button. And then you have this blackout, this blackout. And tell me, guys, has this happened to you? You black out. You're in the markets, and the moment you get in a trade, you black out to everything else but that little chart in that particular dot that's on the chart, right? Nothing else in your world exists except that little dot, right? So think about it. Yeah, I'm your new best friend. All right, but think about it. You okay? I'm not that. You know what, TJ? I'm still going into stuff, so I'm gonna get there. But guys, when you have money on the line, you stare at that chart, and that chart is the most important thing, right? You black out. You're in the game. You're in the fight. You're there. Your adrenaline is up. Your adrenaline is up. And when you pick your adrenaline up, you can't go down so quickly. I got a golden retriever. But let's take a pit bull. A pit bull, when it tastes blood, what happens to the pit bull? Its adrenaline gets higher and higher and higher and higher. The pit bull forgets. It forgets that it's supposed to stop. It continues to destroy its opponent and will not stop. Remember Mike Tyson, the same thing. His adrenaline was so high, he used to crucify people. So when your adrenaline is so high, when you're so caught up in the zone, you're done. You're so caught up with it when you turn around. You've blown up your account. You've blown up everything else around you. You got to know you got to stay in the present. Always got to stay in the present. Market neutral. When you get into the trade, number one, you got to immediately look, where can I get out of the trade? You got to immediately look, where's my risk? Well, I'm sorry about that. Before you get into a trade, you got to know where your risk is, number one. Number two, when you get into a trade, you got to look where I can get some money off the table to reduce my risk. You cannot get into the market and think, I'm going to make $1,000,000 on this. I'm going to make $1,000,000 on this. I'm going to make $1,000,000. No, you have to know when to cut it out, when to stop it. All right? Hold on a second. Let me just... Okay. You got to know. You got to stay in the moment at all times. Stay in the moment at all times. Don't ever get yourself out of focus. I'm telling you guys. Now, TJ's son brought up something important, and that was part of the walk-on away phase. Some of us need to work. But when you're trading, and guys, tell me if this is the truth. Tell me if this is the truth. TJ, tell me if this is the truth. When you're trading, right, and I'm teaching, and you're in a trade with real money, are you learning or are you watching the trade? Like if I'm teaching you how to do something and you have your money at line, are you learning or you're so focused on the trade that you don't hear Christopher Terry? Okay, so think about it. Guys, you're watching your trade, your one or two lots of your mini, and you got a multi-millionaire, all right? When I tell you I'm real, I mean, people, it's a fact. It's not like a guessing game. You got me sitting there trying to teach you how to be rich. And here you are worrying about your $2 or $200 or $50. You get it? So you're sitting there with a full-time mentor giving you ideas and talking to you, and you're so focused on that $50. Why? Because you're so caught up. And let me tell you something. It could be the smallest position. If you put a smallest position, your mind is still on it. Your mind is still on it. So it could be one micro. You're focused on that pinnacle of a dot on your chart. And here's Christopher Terry. Guys, here's the 3 pushes. Here's the 3 drives. And you're like, yeah, but my GBP. What's going on with my GBP? I see that when I'm teaching. They're like, what do I do with this stop? I'm like, forget it. Do you hear me, guys? Listen. Do you hear me always saying like this? Guys, forget the charts. Listen to me. Forget, right? You hear me all the time. I'm like, shut up. Listen. But when you have money in the game, you stop learning. When you have money in the game, I don't care how small it is, you stop learning and you're focused on that money because we have ego. Ego won't allow us to think that we're going to lose. Because you enter the game of trading, your mindset is so strong that you're going to be successful. It doesn't understand losing. Number one. Number two, you are in control. You're a person of control. You're in the markets. You want to control. So all this comes in. Your ego comes in. Control comes in. Fear of loss comes in. No matter what anybody else is saying, you're not hearing it. Your wife could come in and say, what are we going out for dinner? And you're like, shut up. I can't hear the charts. Shut up. Right? You're so focused. You're like, sweetheart, get away from me. I got to listen to the charts. I can't hear the charts above your noise. Shut up. Right? So what I think, and TJ, you hit it right on the head because it was part of what I wanted to get to. When you make your money, right? When you come in and you make your money, go right into sim mode. Go right into sim mode. You guys see me do it all the time. You just don't realize I'm doing it. when we make money in the live room, I'm trying to do something in terms of principles. You make your $300, your $200, you go right to simulation mode and you trade. Guys, turn it off. Guys, stop trading. Guys, we're not going to do any more trades. Guys, right? You go into simulation mode. So now you're in simulation mode. Chris is teaching and you have no risk and you could focus. This morning we talked about those 3 drives up, those 3 pushes down, all this other stuff. Come on, wait, hold on a second. Okay. Um, okay, so let me bring you here. Let me just show you. All right, I'm recording this, guys. So for those watching the video, this morning we had the 3 drives up, right? We pointed this out, and then you had 3 drives down, and we pointed that move out. Massive moves, massive moves. But you ignore the sim trade. You don't really care. But when you have a trade on, it's ego, man. It's ego. It steps in on us. I walk around the casino and I see these animals sitting at the table with the chips and they're doing their notes and they have the glasses on. They're so caught up in the game. There's no way they're gonna win. There's no way. I feel bad for people. I feel bad. I took the try. I put it on and off. This is for the video. I took guys, I'm doing this live, so I'm recording this. Okay, so you're gonna have this as a class, an educational class. So number one, you come in and you have to know the time of day is best for you. Is it early? Is it afternoon? Is it late? That's number one. I did an article. Let me see if I could find it. Okay, I'm gonna show you an article I did, which I think is probably one of the most important articles that I wrote, and I think this would help so many people. So let me find it, and when I find it, I'll give you the link. All right. Okay. What's it called? Okay. Let me just log in. iMarkets Live. Let me log in. All right. Username is I don't even know my username anymore. I think. So let me find the link. Okay. Let me find the link. Trading library. Trading books. Free content. Oh man, I don't remember where the trading articles. Here it is. Trading articles. Okay, HTTP. All right, where did that go? HTTP. Okay, let me see if this works. Did that work, guys? Did that work, that link? Here it is. Yes, it did. Okay, it's called the trading game, okay? Open it up. The trading game. You got to learn to play the game correctly. I did this article, oh my gosh, when was it? Like in 2002, I think I did this article. And the trading game basically is saying, what is your game? All right, so let's take a look. What game works for you? What market? All right, what type of market? Is it a trending market? Is it a consolidation market? You have to ask yourself these questions. Are you familiar with that? Are you which indicator do you like to use? What risk are you willing to take? All right. Which indicator? What time frame is it? A 1 minute, 5 minute, 20 minute, hourly? What do you like to trade? Do you like to trade stocks, forex, futures? So you gotta create your own trading game. So number one, do you like forex? Do you like futures? Let's just say you like forex. What time frame works best for you? Okay. The hourly chart. What risk works best for you? Okay, 2%, 5%, 10%, 3%, whatever it may be. What patterns work for you? You see, you're defining your game. What hours do you like to trade? So when you define all these criteria, You now develop your own trading game, and that's the game you play. You can't just come in the market and throw money at the market. I could do that because I have a game. You're following my game right now. When you develop your own game, then you can play it. So, our harmonic trader, our harmonic scanner, which let me see if I could pull it up here because there's people that. So right here, the harmonic scanner. This is a particular game. I'm showing the harmonic scanner on my screen. You can't see it. You can see your own, but I'm showing you the people on the video, and you'll see this later. This is a harmonic scanner. These are forex. These are your time frames. What time frame is best for you? Is a daily too big for you? Is a 4 hour too big for you? Is an hourly fine? Is an hourly too short and you need to play a 4 hour or a daily? What type of risk works for you? All right. Maybe you particularly like a particular pattern. So this is a particular game. The scanner would be maybe a game. So you have to define your game. Is it a trending mode, consolidation mode? Are you doing forex? Are you doing futures? Maybe you want to do stocks. So you create the game you want to play. The other thing is you have to have multiple games, possibly. Game one. Game one, would be a game I would play. No, okay. Game one would be the futures market. Number one, I come in and I pay the rent. Okay? I pay the rent. I'm trading every single day. And I'm playing for short-term games. Game number two would be maybe hourly charts on the Forex. Game three would be maybe daily charts on Forex. Game four, you can't bother me while we're doing this. Game four would be game four would be maybe investing in stocks. So you create multiple games for yourself, but you have to define each game that you want to play. So you can't just come in arbitrarily. You got to also define your game. And then you also want to make sure you're in the present time, always within the present. Guys, let me just check something real quick. I'm not sure. I got some meetings today. Let me just see here. Google Calendar. Believe it or not, I have to put a Google Calendar because Ryan DeFrentis comes in and ruins my whole life. I'm not kidding. He actually helped my life. I see Ryan in here, guys. Hey, guys, let's just thank Ryan. I know there's not too many people left here right now, but I just want to thank Ryan because it was Ryan and his partner Garrett that came in and changed everything for the younger generation, came in and just totally blown up the internet, my Facebook, everything else. He came in September and literally changed the face of iMarkets Live. The 1,800 people, I don't even know what he's got at this point. It's Ryan DeFrenta. The guy Ryan right there has literally changed the face of so many people. Thousands of people are now starting to see what's going on. There's hundreds and thousands are now looking at us saying to themselves, wow, iMarkets Live. iMarkets Live is something that's going to change my life. If I tell you the amount of messages that I get, guys, I can't really sit and show you. But it's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds that I get just thanking me, and it's because of Ryan. All right, it's not because I'm great. Ryan decided to open the door to people in his age group, and a lot of people are in that world, very aggressive, very fast moving, and it's gone crazy. So I'm definitely grateful for that. Um, if I could show you my email box, my message box, it'd scare you. So I have to go and I'm going to reply to every single person. I literally reply to everybody. So I don't care. But so guys, going forward, I just want to make sure you guys define your trading game. Define that you're in the present. Define the fact that you understand which is your best time of day, and just start defining things, writing them down or typing them in or whatever makes you. But you got to create your own model. Christopher Terry is giving you a model, giving you a vehicle, but take that and create your own niche, your own style. And from that, guys, I'm going to call it a day. I appreciate everybody. Let's come in tomorrow. Let's come into the London session and let's rock and roll. I'm going to save this. And Hector Sater right there. I see Hector. Hector, man, me and Hector been together for 24 years trading. You know, We know each other 24 years, man. We started out together back in the day. We didn't have, we had like a computer. Remember that? We didn't have a, yes, it was actually the days when the internet just started kicking in. Guys, lives are changing, and just respect yourself. All right? Respect yourself. Okay, rock and roll, guys. I'll catch you in the morning. Goodbye.